Hi guys, how you doing? So here we are today and we're looking at the Forge World Crashed Thunderhawk tile. Now I've got to say this is by far one of the most detailed boards or tiles I've had to paint so far. There is so much happening in this, it's phenomenal. First of all, fantastically designed, put together by the brilliant model maker at Forge World, Blake Spence. It is a beautiful piece. I've got to say, I mean, take my hat off to the guy. What a beautiful piece. Now, it is so big that I'm having to film this from like miles away. So what I want to do is I want to be able to spin it around for you guys to take a proper look. So what we've got here is the Thunderhawk's come in. Obviously it's been damaged. You can see the massive piece of damage there. It's hit the ground. The front section of the hull has kinked in a bit, so we've got a slight twist to it that turns that way and then turns slightly that way as it's buried its nose into the ground. We can see the dirt piled up at the side. It's hit a rock over there and snapped the wing off. And believe me, when I say there's a huge amount of detail in this, there's a vast amount of detail. What I've started doing is just base coating it. We had a big vote on my Facebook chat page, Templars Crusade 01, and it basically came down to Emperor's Children, Imperial Fist and Blood Angels, and the Imperial Fist won, which is kind of cool because we're building a massive Siege of Terror board, and you know what, that's perfectly suited for this game. A crashed Thunderhawk with vital information or cargo that now becomes an objective in the game, which is fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to spin this thing around and I'll see you in a second. Hi guys, welcome back. So here we have some of the interesting detail that you can see. So where the tail fin would jut out here, that's now been ripped off. We can see all the detail within the wings. I mean, this is just phenomenal. I mean, I'd actually like to see the tool that they used for this, the actual original piece, because there is so much detail put into this, and you can see all the wiring, the tubing, piping and stuff like that that's built into it. The ripped metal where it's been hit, and then you've got the damaged sections over here. These are the vents, the flaps that opened up to help it fly and stuff like that. I think these are braking pads or something like that. I don't know, not too sure, but absolutely amazing. Even down to the interior of the wing where you've got the struts and the tubing and stuff that goes along. I mean, this has had a lot of damage done to it. And it's kind of nice that you've got the wreckage sort of trail behind it where it's panels have been ripped off or flaps have been taken out as well. So there's a lot happening there. Now, if you know this model, the Thunderhawk, you'll know that it has two sets of bolters that hang underneath the wing. You can see them if I just tilt the camera, excuse me. Here we go. So you can see it just here. Part of the bolt assembly or the cowling has been ripped off and it's just underneath there. We've got the door to the side here. Over the top, and if we just again elevate the camera, I do apologise, but there's just so much to see and I really want you guys to see as much as possible. There we go. On this side just here, we've got the heavy bolters that are fitted underneath there that have been ripped off and they're now stuck over there. I mean, it's just so much happening within this piece. So I'm going to spin it around again so we can have a look at the back view, and I'll catch you in a second. Hi guys, and welcome back. So this is the rear view of the Thunderhawk. Now this is a beautiful piece, as I keep saying, because it just is. Now there's loads of debris that's scattered back. We've got the engines here and there. Now I've painted these in black, Raven Black by Minotaur. I've used good old army painter, painted over the top with GW Sunburst Yellow. And that gives me the basis to start off with for my colour scheme for my Thunderhawk. Now obviously it's Imperial Fist. We're going to be sticking the transfers and stuff like that on it just to give it a bit more of a look, then weathering it all back so it's got that more damaged look. Now I've used a number of colours to bring out the earth, and this matches my other boards. So the idea is all 36 boards will then be matched to this, except for the city boards of course, which I'm doing. But I've got to say, this is just beautiful. Now I'm hoping to play with some AK Interactive's engine oil leaking out all over the place, because I want this just crashed I don't want it to sort of like crash, like the idea it's been crashed for years and stuff like that. I want this that it's just hit the ground. So there's engine oil leaking out. We'll put some plumes of smoke coming out of it as well by just adding cotton wool or some sort of material, just to give it some look on the battlefield when we come to play the game. Maybe even drill out some bits and put some lighting into it, just to give us some flickering. That would be cool. That would be really cool. But I love this. I just love the attention to detail. All the wiring and tubing that goes inside and the piping that goes inside the tail fin, it's all there. The blowout and the back of the panel there. You can't really see it at the moment, but once it's all highlighted with bolt gun metal or the latest version of it, we will be able to see a lot more. Okay, we're just going to spin it around, have a look at the side view. Hi guys, and welcome back. Okay, so this is the side view, and I've got to say, again, loving it. I mean, this is, I've got to say, one of probably Blake's best boards that he's done so far. This one I totally enjoy. I love all the sort of like lines that are built into it, where the Thunderhawk has crashed into the ground and slid along, and we've got the rubble piled up around it. So you can imagine that rubble, all that earth's moved all the way along, or this has moved through the earth, and you can see it all piling up behind, sort of thing like that. Now I've gone for what's it called? A grey, which is by Militaire, and it's Sharid stone as my base coat for the rocks. So I've gone in and painted all of that. I've gone and base coated pretty much all of it, and now I've just had to have all the other colours like the silver, the metals and stuff like that before we even start going into washes and other bits of detail. Even the las cannon that's there has been snapped off. You've got the under section where the bolters sit under the wings, which are just there, which is just amazing. The flaps that have been ripped off there are now at the back there. You know, it's even got like a slight bow to the wing, which is brilliant. You know, so that's what you want. The whole fuselage is twisted over or leant over, and the wings snapped upwards. So that is absolutely amazing. So I'm really chuffed with this so far. I can't wait to get into this. I've only done 2 days on it so far. When I say 2 days, I say like a couple of hours each day just working on it, just to get it to work the standard that I want to get it to, and then I'm building up on it. So I will see you guys later on. Take care.